Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session of yoga, pranayam, and meditation. My name is Sabah Heather. I am from the Chicagoland area, and I've been teaching yoga for over a decade. I also train people to become yoga and meditation teachers, and I truly believe that this is my life's purpose to share this gift of health, this gift of strong body, strong mind, and a happy soul. We bring these classes to you every Wednesday and every Friday, 7:30 to 8:15 a.m. through the Consulate General of India's office here in Chicago. We are going to practice today on the concept of stillness. We don't have to go too far to realize how drastically our lives have changed. Think about just maybe 100 years ago or 200 years ago, and think of how people's lives were and how our lives are right now. I remember vividly my generations, my grandparents' generation, their life started with sunrise and their day would wind down with sunset, because electricity controlled, the light controlled their ability to be able to function. That's not the case with us. For us, electricity is 24/7, which means activity is 24/7. Think about what we have been doing as a species for millions of years, and think of what we have been doing for 100, 200 years. There is a drastic change in our lifestyle. And what is most absolutely missing from the previous lifestyle to the current lifestyle is stillness. Because activity was limited earlier, there was a space for stillness. Because right now, activity is all the time, there is very little room for stillness. So today we are going to work on creating stillness in our lives. Now the question is, why do we need stillness? Why can't I just function? Why can't I just keep doing what I'm doing and have a successful life? You can have a successful life, but what's the parameter that decides the success of your life? If you're professionally successful, yet you're dealing with various ailments in terms of the physical body, if you have chronic disease, if you have health challenges, if your mind is restless, you're not able to sleep, you suffer from anxiety and depression, then there is an imbalance. Then the definition of success is relative. So we will try to bring some balance into our being today. We will try and find ways to calm the mind, to invite some stillness into our lives so that we not only make the body strong, but we also make the mind strong, still, and relaxed. And in that state, the mind really shines. You're really able to use your mind to the fullest capacity. You're really able to focus and concentrate, improve the functioning of the brain, ward off things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and other mental challenges or nervous system related challenges. I want you to imagine a lake. At the surface of the lake, when we look at the surface of the lake, you try to look at the lake, and as you're leaning onto the lake to see yourself in the lake, you see your reflection. But if the surface of the lake has a lot of ripples, has a lot of waves, if it's been very windy, and the surface of the lake it has ripples on it, you're not able to see yourself correctly. You're not able to see the exact nature of your being. You're not able to see your reflection properly on the surface of the lake. That's exactly how our mind is as well. When leaning is our practice, our yoga and meditation practice. When I lean into and I try to look at myself and I try to go on this journey of self-realization, when I try to look at myself, I see this ripply image on the surface of the lake. That's because the mind is not quiet. The lake, the wind is my thoughts. The surface of the lake is my mind. There is constant bombardment of thoughts on the surface of the lake, my mind. Hence, I'm unable to see myself properly. And when I'm not able to see myself properly, that's when there is this feeling of discontent. That's when there's feeling of, I'm doing so much yet I don't feel complete. So let's try and make the surface of the lake calm today. When you're ready, bring the thumbs on the inside of your palms and wrap the fingers on top of the thumbs. I repeat, thumbs on the inside and wrap the fingers on top of the thumbs that rest your hands on your, can be your lap, can be your knees. I'm sitting in Vajrasan, in Hero. You can also sit cross-legged and you can rest your hands on your knees like that. So both are okay. Go ahead and now take a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Ground down through the legs, through the hips. Lengthen through the spine. Soften the belly and the chest. Allow your shoulders and your elbows to become heavy. Tuck the chin towards the neck and feel the crown of the head growing up towards the sky. You are getting yourself ready for your meditation, for your dhyana. Take yourself back to the lives of your ancestors. Imagine your ancestors, your grandfathers, your grandmothers, just closing their eyes, sitting in this meditative state, thinking of the divine. Now slowly start to find your breath. Today, in our pranayam practice, the breathwork practice, we will work on observing the quality of the breath. Is the breath that is entering the body, is the breath entering as a steady, constant, slow stream? And as the breath leaves the body, does it leave the body as a constant, steady, and slow stream? Are you trying to breathe big at the beginning of your inhalation and doing the same with your exhalation? Just breathe big out on your exhalation at the beginning of your exhalation. And there isn't much left at the end of your exhalation. Try to spread it out evenly. Breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. With heaviness comes stillness. The heaviness, the kind of heaviness that grounds you, that anchors you. Feel the heaviness of your bones, your skeletal system. And as you're sitting in this mudra, affirm to yourself, tell yourself internally that I'm supporting the strength and density of my bones. That I'm instilling a sense of groundedness into my being. Now that you've established your breath, is it possible for you to pause between your inhalations and exhalations? Maybe hold your breath for a second or two. Now, here is a caution. If you have high blood pressure or any type of heart condition, please do not hold your breath and continue to breathe in and out without introducing a pause to your practice, to your pranayam, to your breath work. If you do not have these two conditions, hypertension and cardiac issues, continue to breathe in, hold the breath for as long as you comfortably can. So this could be 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, and then breathe it all out. Now, as you're pausing between your inhalations and exhalations, find stillness here. According to the yogic philosophy, life resides between the inhalations and exhalations. Life resides in that stillness between the inhalations and exhalations. Try to make yourself absolutely still. Allow the body to become still so that the mind can also become still. With this stillness, supporting the treatment of anxiety, restlessness, insomnia. And most importantly, through this meditation, we are connecting with the stillness of our essential being, the wisdom of our ancestors sitting with us, the guidance of our ancestors right here in the center of our heart. And in order for us to listen to that, hear that, we have to become still. Allow the space between your inhalations and exhalations to become still so you can listen to that guidance. Affirm to yourself, like a statue softly breathing, I rest in the perfect stillness of my being. Like a statue softly breathing, I rest in the perfect stillness of my being. Like a statue softly breathing, I rest in the perfect stillness of my being. And now when you're ready, softly open your eyes, release your hands, and switch legs. Right hand on the left knee. Before we do anything further, we want to make sure we move the spine in all different directions, the 6 directions, to warm the spine up, to invite some movement and getting it ready for further posture. So go ahead and rest your right hand on the left knee. As you exhale, twist to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Come to the center. Now, left hand on the right knee. As you exhale, twist to the right side. Come to the center. Inhale, prepare. And as you exhale, fold forward. Relax your head to the ground. Stay on your hands, stay on your forearms. Whatever works for you here. And press into your hands. Inhale, lift up. We'll go back as well. Just give me a moment. Inhale, lift the right arm up, reach up. And as you exhale, lean to the left side. Walk the left hand away and keep extending the right shoulder all the way to the left side. And keep that right hip heavy. Keep it pressed down towards the mat, like you're creating space between the pelvis and the rib cage. Let the rib cage become heavy to the left and let the pelvis become heavy to the ground on the right side. Inhale up and exhale to the other side. Inhale, gently lift up. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Now we will go to the back, making sure we have moved the spine in all the directions. So go ahead and straighten the legs out towards the front. I need to fix my mat. Straighten the legs towards the front. Send your arms behind your back. Now notice how I'm placing my hands. My fingers are pointing towards my hips. If for some reason this is difficult, and it is difficult, just you wouldn't imagine that turning your hands could be difficult, but it is. And if that's the case with you right now, then you can turn your fingers backwards as well. Once you've done that, pressing into the hands and heels. Inhale, lift the hips up, open the chest up, press the earth away with your hands and heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, drop the hips down. Release the arms, let go. Bend your knees, bring your feet closer towards the chest. Lean back a little bit, but oftentimes when we lean back with a rounded spine. So try not to go into that C-shaped spine. Try to sit up tall with the spine, creating an I shape with the spine. Holding the back of the thighs. Lean back just a little bit, but with an I spine, not a C spine. Lift the heels off the mat. Notice how I'm still holding my thighs. This makes the posture easier for me, more accessible for me. If, however, you're ready to release your arms, go ahead and do that. Let's hold our Navasana, the boat posture. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rest your feet. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the head down to your knees. Breathe. Head up again. We start by holding the thighs, lifting the heels up. If, however, you're ready to straighten the legs today into Purna Navasana, the full boat, go ahead and play with that. If hands still want to be on the back of your thighs, great. If you're ready to release, do that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the feet down, forehead to the heels, and breathe. Inhale, lift the head up. When you're ready, rest your hands onto the mat and take your knees under your hips. Here, as we come onto all fours, we are going to warm the spine up. Send the right leg back and make circles with the right leg. As you will make the circles with the right leg, you'll notice that the body is leaning to the left side. Your job would be to make sure that the body stays nice and strong, not leaning too much to the left side. Now reverse the direction of these circles. It can be quite tricky for the mind to do that, but that's okay. Try your best, do your best, even if they don't feel like they are a circle today. Just do whatever your body is able to do here. And go ahead and send the left leg back. Circles with the left leg. And here, if you need a blanket under your knee, then you can go ahead and do that. Because sometimes if you're practicing on a hardwood floor, then it can put a lot of pressure on the knees. So you can have the blanket under your knees and then make circles. Now reverse the direction of your circles. Pause here. Hands are under the shoulders. Walk the heels back into a high plank. Press the heels away from the body. Press the earth away with your hands. Let's hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop the knees down. Take your hips to your heels. Just allow your body to rest here. Once again, bring yourself back up with the hands under the shoulders and legs straight behind you. This is a good place to know that we are in a right alignment. Without moving the hands and the feet, just lift the hips up to the sky now, resting the heels down to the mat into Ardha Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog. Go ahead and keep holding. Head is heavy, neck is extending long, pressing the heels down to the mat. Look forward, bend your knees. Right foot between the hands. Left heel to the mat. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Now, I'm going to walk you through the alignment of the legs here in a little bit of a detail, just because warrior is quite an essential part of the practice, and it is important for us to do it correctly. So go ahead and spread the legs apart. Traditionally, the books tell us 3.5 to 4 feet. Mr. Iyengar, in his Light of Yoga, also says 3.5 to 4 feet. However, if this doesn't feel right, then go ahead and tailor it to yourself, to where you are, because it depends, one, on your height. So the longer the legs, the longer the height, the wider the stance can become. And also, secondly, your flexibility. The more flexible you are, the wider the stance will be as well. But the stance has to be stable. You shouldn't feel wobbly. You shouldn't feel off balance. It doesn't matter what the space between the 2 feet are, as long as it's a wide stance, and as long as you're able to stay balanced and steady. That's the most important thing. So that's number one. Number two, front foot. The right foot is at a 90-degree angle, pointing towards the front. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle, turning slightly towards the right. Number three, right knee. Bend the right knee on top of the right ankle. And make sure that the knee is neither falling to the right or to the left. Knee is straight. You can draw a straight line from the notch of the pelvis to your knee, and then trying to bring that right thigh parallel to the ground. Now that's really tricky, because right away the muscles on your left thigh kick in. So see what you're able to do here. Now, turn the hips towards the front. Inhale, lift the arms up, reach up, Virabhadrasana 1, the warrior 1. Sink lower with your hips, lift higher with your rib cage, with your chest. Looks simple and easy, very challenging posture. Excellent for the strength of your legs. Excellent for building balance. And as you're staying balanced here, see if you can be still. See if you can control that wavering of the body. See if you can control the movement that's happening in the body. Release the hands down to the mat now. Come on your left toes. Here's the tricky part. Press into your hands. Lift the right foot up. Send it all the way back. Back. Now, why do I say lift? Because when we take the leg back, sometimes we drag the foot back, making that sort of scratchy, whooshy sound on the mat with the foot. Your job would be to lift the foot up, use your core muscles, and then step the foot back. So we'll try and do that on the other side as well and see if it's better on the other side. All right. Once again, whenever in doubt, get yourself to a plank. Plank is a good place to know what the alignment is going to be. Exhale, push back up into a down dog. Not moving the hands and feet, just dropping the heels down, lifting the hips up. Excellent exercise to open the back of the legs, stretching the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the calf muscles, and decompressing the spine. Now look forward, foot between your hands, left foot between your hands. Rest the right heel down on the mat. Inhale, come up. I'm going to quickly repeat the alignment steps as I did on the right side. Now you know the intricate points, so just quickly make sure the stance is wide and balanced. Number 2, left foot 90 degree, back foot 45 degree. Number 3, knee on top of the ankle. Knee is exactly in the center of the foot, nor to the left, neither to the right. When you're ready, hips are facing forward. Inhale, lift the arms up, reach up, Virabhadrasana 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms down, press your hands into the mat. Coming on the right toes, lift the left foot up, Send the left foot all the way back. Coming into the plank again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push the chest forward between the arms. Legs can be on the mat or legs can be off the mat. It's up to you. Keep opening the chest towards the front. Now, as I will take a moment here to focus on my hands. So as I'm holding this cobra, you can say, or a hybrid between a cobra and an Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, I feel the pressure is on my wrists, the heels of my hands. Press down through the joints of your fingers and distribute some of the pressure from your wrist to all of your hands. Push the head back if you can. Soften the muscles in your glutes. Stop clenching the muscles. Bring the head up. And now, where your hands are, drop your elbows there. From the cobra, we work our way up to the Sphinx, Naraviralasan. Here, elbows are under the shoulders and forearms are pressed down into the mat. From here, I want you to bring the attention to the shoulders in this posture for a moment. So what happens is, I don't want my arms to do the work. And not that you're doing this consciously, just subconsciously, body tries to make a posture easy for itself. So what will the body do? Body will collapse into the shoulders, make the neck small, and let not the arms do the work, but dumping the weight on the upper spine and the shoulders. Your job would be to press down through the forearms, push the chest away. I'll do that again. Pressing into the forearms, lift the chest away from the mat, shoulders away from the mat, really opening the upper spine, the upper chest towards the front, the wall in front of you. Imagine like you're trying to dig holes with your arms in the ground. Now make circles with your head. Change the direction. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Gently press up. Take the hips all the way back to the heels. And now widen your knees as wide as your mat is. I don't know about you, but when I lifted myself up from the Sphinx into this position, I could hear my spine make some sound, release some of that trapped air. That means I know that I'm moving. I'm inviting movement into the body in such a way that the body is able to feel better, that the joints are becoming more loose. There is more space, there's bigger range of motion in the joints. Now, as you're sitting here with the knees splayed out wide, go ahead and fill yourself up. And as you exhale, drop the chest closer to the ground. It's an excellent heart opener, and heart opener helps Open the muscles in your upper and middle back. It allows for your lung capacity to improve. It allows for your upper spine, cervical and thoracic to become decompressed. So go ahead and rest your head on your hands. Keep pressing your hips to your heels. Gently press into your hands. Inhale, lift up. Sitting in the hero here, take the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Wrap the left arm around your back. Now look over the left shoulder. It's a deep stretch for your ankles as well and your feet. So go ahead and keep twisting to the left side. Release, come to the center. Left hand to the outside of the right leg. Wrap the right arm around your back, twist to the right. Exhale, come to the center. Pressing into the hands, slide the legs to one side. And here, what we are going to do is one more seated posture before we go into our final meditation. And turn towards the front so it's easier for you to observe. Take the left foot to the outside of the right hip. I repeat, left foot to the outside of the right hip. And then the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Right foot on the inside of the left thigh. The hips are grounded down and relaxed. Now, turn the hips to the right side. Inhale, fill yourself up. As you exhale, grounding down through the left thigh and the hips, release the forehead down to the mat. Gently press into your hands, lift up. Now turn the hips to the left side. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, pressing down through the right leg, bend to the left side. Now this may be a little bit tricky just because how the legs are positioned. So don't force anything. Don't do anything that you're not ready to do just yet. Press into your hands, inhale, lift up. And now we're going to flip our legs. Bringing both the feet towards the front, send the right foot to the outside of the right hip, left foot on the inside of the right thigh. We start with the left side. So turn your hips to the left, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, fold. Press into your hands, inhale, lift up. Now turn the hips to the right side. Last thing before we go into our final meditation. Drop the head down to the right side, relax, breathe. Press into the hands, inhale, lift up. And now release your legs. Final resting posture, as I always say in our classes. If your space allows for you to lay down, it'll be best if you can lay down on your mat for just 3 to 4 minutes. If, however, you cannot do that, then just stay seated. You can stay on your chair, you can stay on the ground, whatever you're able to do. Bring back the thumbs on the inside, wrap the fingers around the thumbs again, and the wrists are resting on the knees. Close your eyes. Now I want you to visualize the lake that we talked about at the beginning of the class. The slower you breathe here, the smoother the surface of the lake will become. The smoother the surface of the lake becomes, the better the quality of the reflection on the surface of the lake. The better the reflection, the better the awareness about the self, about who you are, your real goals, your real purpose, your real strengths. Affirm to yourself here, I see myself clearly. I see myself clearly. I see myself clearly. The seeing is not just the physical seeing. The seeing is the inner seeing. The seeing of your heart, the seeing of your thoughts, the seeing of your feelings. The seeing of yourself as the complete being. I see myself clearly. I see myself clearly. If you're laying down, come up to a seated position. If you're seated, release your hands, ending the class with 3 full breaths together. Inhale, lift the arms up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more full breaths at your own pace. I bow down to the goodness in you, the universe that dwells in you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, your week. As always, I will see you next Friday. If you have any questions, any comments, please make sure to leave a comment for us under this video, under this live feed. Don't forget to like the Consulate General of India's page, follow the page, and we'll stay in touch. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe. I'll see you next class. Thank you.